often, I find myself asking myself, is it worth it? Please, allow me to elaborate on that. Is it worth the risk of me wanting to settle a debt that America, the so-called most powerful country in the world, still owes my people? Is it worth all of the time and money that I lose when I take the bus to the places of the people who have harmed my people? Is it worth me possibly having PTSD when I start to spill the blood of the enemy?
Okay, may I ask a question? What? Did this shooting just happen this morning or something? Say that again? Did this shooting just happen or something? Yeah, this morning. They killed an observer. They who? They killed an observer.
They shot him 10 times on the ground. He's dead.
6 ICE officers jumped a constitutional observer, pistol whipped him, and shot him to death right there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Is it worth the risk of me attending large rallies and supporting my Latino communities, knowing that people inside will see my black ass as a threat and be quicker to treat me as one, more than they would treat any other person of a different race or that same scenario?
Hello.
Is it worth me hunting the people who are hunting my Latino people, when a big percentage of the Latino community shows a dislike towards me and my people? Is it worth me putting my bills on the back burner just so that I can have the money to fund the trips to where the enemy is located? Is it worth the risk of me creeping along dark roads in the wee hours of the morning to overtake the enemy, with me not knowing that the same enemy that I'm going to get could be waiting to overtake me along those same dark roads? Is it worth me fighting for the Sambos that use the same talking points that whites who hate us use to keep us mentally enslaved? I mean, they are black too, right? Is it worth me going into high-risk scenarios that have many moving parts? Parts that I don't see nor have even thought of until I get there and see them? Is it worth me losing my job because my employer is watching me punch in every day and then finding out that I moonlight as an avenger for my people in the night, which has me running through so many of my vacation days in so little time? Is it worth me losing my peace out here silently fighting for my people when I'd rather have my homebody ass at home watching a movie? Is it worth me still having faith and belief that my people could be better towards one another when my people don't even have that same faith and belief about themselves and for themselves as I do for them? Is it worth it? Because Jesus too came to earth and stood between death and man, while many of us are still pissing on his name and denying his existence and sacrifice. The crazy thing about that is this: Jesus knew that many of the people who he came to set free would still choose death over life, and yet that still did not stop him from taking his place upon that old wooden cross and saving those who he could save. So, I keep asking myself, is it worth me sacrificing my life for a bunch of hard-headed ass, knucklehead ass people who are still going to sin, even after they see me standing in between death and them for them? Again, I ask myself, is it worth it when my very own people will probably say fuck me and betray me like they betrayed my father? Not understanding that my father sent me to set them free, and not just to give them life, but to give them a life more abundant. Then I think about how my ancestors were treated and the free labor that was forced from them when they were enslaved. Then I think about that bitch Leopold cutting off the limbs of my people in the Congo. Then I think about how America gave the Tuskegee Airmen syphilis, and then watched how it affected the black community. Then I think about how America bombed a black neighborhood in Philadelphia, killing adults and children alike. Then I think about how America released the coronavirus to kill off me and my people to stop us from the promises of God. Then I think about the deaths of the African leaders that America and other Western countries had something to do with. Then I think about the black towns that America allowed to be destroyed by jealous and hateful white folks. Then I think about how those fake ass white bitch tears has caused so many lynchings of my people. Then I think about all of the rapes that occurred to black men, women, and children by those Caucasian faggots. Then I think about how pregnant black women were hung and had their unborn babies cut from their stomachs, while the white niggers would stomp on and crush the babies' heads. Then I think about the sundown towns that still exist to this very day. Then I think about Emmett Till. Then I think about Trayvon Martin. Then I think about my kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids having to deal with these pieces of shit. So now when I ask myself, is it worth it? I can say with a definitive yes, it is. Because whatever ye good old boys do to even the least of my people, ye do also unto me. And in that same manner, I will do also unto you.
Let's go. just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown.